How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a rapper by the name of Blueface, who is getting quite a bit of negative attention. He's receiving plenty of negative comments online due to what he did in Skid Row, Los Angeles, which is right in downtown, a very well-known homeless area. His actions were captured in a now pretty much viral clip that is on the screen before you. In this clip, you're able to see Blueface right there on top of the car. He's throwing fistfuls of cash everywhere. And of course, he's in Skid Row. A lot of homeless people everywhere. They're scattering and scrambling to get the money. People are really upset at him because they're saying, hey, you shouldn't be out there in Skid Row embarrassing them people, making a spectacle of it, putting it on Instagram. You're trying to get attention. How dare you, all this, that, and the third. Now, there is a lot actually to quote unquote unpack here. As the cool kids would say, believe it or not. Before I even begin, I got to say that I'm here to defend Blueface. That's right. The guy on top of the car, throwing cash to homeless people, I'm here to defend him. And you'll understand why I'm defending him as the video continues. First things first, who is Blueface? Well, Blueface is a rapper, obviously. He's from LA. He has been homeless before himself. I think he was homeless pretty recently. I think maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, he was living in his car. Then he became a rapper. He's not necessarily a great rapper in my humble opinion, but hey, he's good enough for right now. He's making money, so he's successful. And he was out there in Skid Row where he may have actually lived at one point. I don't know if he lived out there or not, but he could have been out there. He was homeless. But anyway, he's from LA. He was homeless. He's out there in Skid Row throwing money. Now, would I do that? Absolutely not. First thing is that I would never give money to a homeless person, period. I don't care who you are. You could have a sign talking about, I got 3 newborn babies in the car. I'm not giving money to a homeless person because usually you're dealing with a dope fiend. And when they get your money, they're going to take that, then go pay the dope man and get high. And if somebody were to OD and die off of the money that I gave them, I would not want that on my conscience. So I just don't give cash to homeless people. Now, do I donate to charities? Yes. I give my clothes to the Goodwill or whatever other organizations out there. If I see a person out there on the street and there's cold and they're shivering and I got a coat in my car I'm not using, I'll give them the coat. Okay. Now, if you could sell that coat miraculously to get some drug money, then so be it. But I will not give him cash because that's too easy to go out there and buy drugs. I'll give a respected organization some money so they're able to do something with it, or I'll give canned goods to a food bank, or I'll give clothes to the Goodwill. That's how I donate to homeless people. I never give them cash, period. I don't care if it's $1, $10,000 like maybe Blueface threw out there, nothing. But number 2, I'm not going to be out there endangering myself. You know, I'm just not going to do it. So that's just not my style personally. But am I going to say because Blueface did what he did in a different way that is wrong? Not necessarily. Here's the second thing about that. It may have been for Instagram. It may have been for attention. But he could have just not given the money at all and kept it in his pocket. I appreciate him for trying to help, even if it were self-serving, which I don't know if it was self-serving or not. I have no way of knowing that. You know, he may have done that and had somebody film it on purpose, or he could have just done it without even knowing somebody was filming. Either way it goes, he did something rather than doing nothing, because what's the alternative? If he does not give the money at all, then people are going to say, oh, Blueface don't give back. He's never in the hood anymore, all this, that, and the third. It's going to be a problem that way. If he does give the money in an unorthodox way, like what he did, then it's, oh, you trying to embarrass them? How dare you, this, that, and the third. So at least he gave something. Would I do it the way he did it? No, but I appreciate him for trying to help. But beyond Blueface, beyond me, beyond the homeless people, let's talk about California for a moment, okay? Why does Skid Row even exist? Why are there so many homeless people in California? This is beyond the people that are out there. This is above their heads. It's above my head. It's above Blueface's head. We're talking about Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, the whole squad over there in California. What are you guys doing to help the situation? I think I heard Gavin Newsom say in response to Trump, because Trump recently attacked Gavin for the homeless problem. And I heard Gavin say, oh, well, we gave like $1 billion, all this, that, and the third. The money you're giving is not going to actually solve anything. If anything, the money makes it worse because of how you're spending the money. You understand? You're not spending money on ways to prevent drugs from coming in, because like I said, most homeless folks out there on Skid Row are on drugs. That's just what it is. I've seen documentaries where they talk to people on Skid Row in their tents, and they say most people out here are on drugs. It's the same thing all over the place. You go to Orange County, you go to San Francisco, you go even to Oregon, Washington. Most homeless people are either on drugs, have mental problems, or both. So what are you doing to solve those situations? I don't really know. All I see are non-governmental organizations, NGOs out there trying to help, quote unquote help, but really just making their own pockets fatter by taking advantage of the homeless situation. You're providing clean needles, you're providing food or whatever you're doing, but the whole purpose is to make money off of homelessness. So why would you try to solve homelessness when you're able to make money off of it? Okay. Everybody got their hands in the pot. People want to say that Blueface is wrong for quote unquote embarrassing these homeless people. I mean, I'm not really sure what's more embarrassing, being captured on tape, running to get some free money off the ground or in the air, or being videotaped by some of these NGOs in your tent while you're banging a needle with your kids right there. I'm not really sure which one is more embarrassing, but I digress. My whole point is that these NGOs are allowed to just do whatever they want, collect money without actually solving the problem. And they know what to do. They are educated in the situation. Blueface, this is not an educated guy. I mean, he's just a rapper that has some money and wants to give back in the best way he knows how. Is it the good way of doing it? No. But what about the NGOs out there keeping the Skid Row population afloat? They're keeping it there and they are growing it. Now, I'm not going to say it's only Nancy Pelosi and Gavin Newsom and everybody else's fault in California leadership. No. Is it only the NGO's fault? No. You do have people that come to LA, especially trying to become an actor, a rapper, singer, dancer, or whatever. And they realize, hey, I'm in LA. Things are very expensive. I can't make it. This, that, and the third. They might go out there and start doing some illegal stuff, prostituting, trying to sell drugs, or just become homeless. And then they're just out there. And when they become homeless, the drugs are everywhere. It's easy. And then they get hooked on drugs. Now you have a permanent dependent of the street and the state through the NGOs and other organizations. So it's like they all kind of work together. You have people that become vulnerable due to bad decisions. Then you have the state not protecting these people. And then you have the NGOs that feed off the state and the homeless people that are able to come in and profit. That's how it works. So if you want to be outraged at somebody, don't get outraged at Blueface. He's just a guy giving money and trying to help in the best way he can. Could it be for Instagram trying to get some attention? Maybe, but he's doing it. I mean, I can't blame the man for trying to help. He could just not help and move to Atlanta and say, forget y'all. Yeah, I'm from LA. Yeah, I was homeless, but forget y'all. He could do that, and I wouldn't blame him for that. So at least he's out there trying to do something. But the problem is people are mad at him and not mad at the bigger fish here. You're not mad at who you vote for that has the state looking the way it does. Okay, not just, like I said, not just LA, Skid Row, but also Orange County, San Francisco, San Diego, everywhere, all over the state. You have any kind of moderately, like Sacramento even, you having homeless people in tents, banging needles, doo-dooing on the ground. When you don't enforce drug policy, quality of life things like, hey, sir, don't urinate on the ground. Don't doo-doo on the ground. Don't pitch your tent on the side of the road. And when you don't enforce these things from the state level, it creates all kinds of problems. You attract more homeless people. You attract more drug addicts to come to your particular city and live off the largesse of the government and the NGOs. And there's no actual intention on helping these people get out of that situation. Why would they? There's no incentive. If you want to be a junkie on the street, You got sun, you got money, you got everything. That's going to make the problem persist and never get better. So if we're going to be mad at the rapper Blueface for quote unquote embarrassing these people, let's get mad at the people that are in power who can change things but have not, who can make at least a dent in a situation but have not, who can improve the lives of people that are out there homeless but don't. It's really a shame, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Blueface did the right thing here by giving out the money on Skid Row, even though it was kind of like a spectacle? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Was he wrong for doing what he did? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. If you're going to be mad at Blueface, be mad at the whole situation, not just one particular person. Look at all the ways that these things kind of work together to make people in bad situations never leave them. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.